All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Saiki K, Season 1, Episode 21. First season's going to be over soon.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
apparently...
new OP, new status quo, not. Ha!
Right. But apparently there won't be any more dub after that. I just found this out recently that there's only a dub for the first season.
Very sad.
That makes me very sad.
We've been having so much fun catching up to our reactions with this, with watching it in the dub. And
because it's a treasure and wonderful and incredible.
Yeah, it also helps us be able to remember things, because watching episodes of this show is like willingly diving into a fever dream soup where it's just so much stuff gets bombarded at you and it's hilarious, but...
Like the number 100 over and over again. 100 times, in fact.
It's practically a form of brainwashing.
Yep.
Now I want to watch the show 100 times.
That would be crazy. Or that episode 100 times.
It's almost like I don't have any sense. 100.
No? Nice. I thought you were going to do the Semblance of Sanity thing again. But we're in for another episode, and that means all kinds of crazy hijinks and, hopefully some Nendo.
Yes.
Among other things.
Clearly. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone. Now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion.
Judgment Nights of...
This show, there's a sweet sense of masochism I share with Kusuke, where it's the, this show violates my brain in a most pleasurable way. It's just...
You didn't have to put it like that.
It's just such a joy to sit down and realize that I'm about to be taken on an acid trip of hilarity and insanity. The part where Kusuke started having boxes of texts just next to his general thoughts and stuff like that, I was like, my brain shorting out trying to keep up with reading all of it.
It's a masterclass of narrative.
Clearly.
The fact that we had Saiki's, suppressor thing, antenna, get taken out and damaged. Okay. Awesome.
Good slapstick humor potential.
Good slapstick humor. And even the way in which it happened was wonderful, right? He ends up in Nendo's yard. He leans up against the wall and breaks right through it. He sends it back, sets it back 7 years. Cool. Awesome. This is great.
Yep.
And then his parents end up actually being really sweet. And they're like, hey, well, one, he teleports right in between them as they're about to... get it on. Oh no, but Saiki's probably going to be getting back soon. Oh, Oh, Saiki, there you are. But then they're like, hey, we'll take care of you. You can sit in a wheelchair, be completely slack and just no muscle movements at all. Yeah, turn into a vegetable so that way you don't destroy the world. Great, I love it.
But the reveal that his brother made the limiter specifically to try and beat him in a competition, which means it's not a thing to help him control his powers. It's just something that he uses as a crutch in some ways, because if he had it removed, he wouldn't have any practice with using his powers at that level, or not in a long time.
Yep.
So therefore, that's what it's been used for. But now his brother, who is a masochist at getting defeated at games where he legitimately has a very fair shot at winning. Like, I mean... Yeah,
he stacks things to work pretty well.
Yes, worked really well, even though, Saiki can do things like, snapping internal components of his motorcycle.
Right. But also things like the fact that he's like, okay, your friends are going to be here too, which is a great way to have him mess with Saiki. But also as a thing of, you're not going to use your powers in any obvious ways of just teleporting away.
Extremely subtle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
does he know this? He probably has psychic power.
Right. And Nendo just being like, oh, he dropped from out of nowhere on a motorcycle. Cool.
Must be a psychic then. Yeah. I love how much this show just rips us around, takes us on an adventure, absolutely slaps us silly with the nonsense, and then basically sets us down on our chair and pats our head and is just like, would you like another? And we're just like, yes, please. I absolutely resonate with the insane energy of Kusuke. And yet the idea that this was a in-universe explanation for something that we've just kind of accepted as
Why
being
does
a
he have the
specific
antenna?
way all along is brilliant, because the idea of also the parents being like, oh, cool, he's psychic powers, whatever. No,
Right.
that's not just a thing that they accepted because they're weird. It's because they had an absolute giga genius, galaxy brain son beforehand, and he looked normal by comparison.
Right. And I also gotta say that's something that I appreciate, because it feels like, not to go into a bunch of Kaido analysis of Saiki K as a show,
Sure.
but there's only so much that I can handle as I get older of the yes, the main characters are this old, and yet they do all of these crazy things, and it's like,
Sure.
hold on, it feels like to the extreme, the whole Invader Sim thing of like, yes, I'm the hero of Earth, I will save it from this invasion, inverted triangle, billowing trench coat, I'm 12 years old, like, so seeing stuff like this, cool, yeah, and of course, his entire motivation is something as petty as just, I haven't been beaten, or I've
never won.
I've never won, not once, right? It's taking something that could be a very serious, like thing in a family dynamic, and turning it for a comedy bit, because of course it's Saiki K, so it's something as like the fact that he's like, yes, I rode, I taught myself to ride a bike, no training wheels or anything, even though I'm like 2, yeah, no problem. Oh, Saiki shows up on a motorcycle. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. No, what we need to do is get that father's seed tested, because there's some weird
Could
shit
be the mom
happening.
too,
No, clearly yes, but
it's both.
It's both.
Right. Make
can't-
sure that there's no
hard to-
sperm donating.
No, it's hard to
happening.
get mobile with what the mother is bringing to the table. Is what I'm saying. Is that they
That's
could,
fair. That's
they
fair.
could farm, theoretically
That's
at least.
that's true.
part
That's
of
true.
this.
No, Saiki's dad would absolutely never let anyone have his seed, but his wife.
You be lying to yourself though if you don't think that they have the most ridiculous protections, in making sure they don't have another kid though.
Oh,
Because the amount of chaos that they probably went through with just Saiki alone, nevertheless having 2 kids that were
absolutely,
absolutely insane.
especially given that, while granted, Saiki was able to fix it when they were introduced in the show, they were not getting along. So yeah.
Yeah. But okay. Wonderful episode.
Yep.
Shun Kaido getting to be the fake auteur
Right.
art critic was hilarious. But I love that Nendo even noticed and was like, okay, well then I'm gonna doodle something really quick. And he's like, what's this?
I
and
did
he's
it in
like,
3 minutes.
I did that in 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, 3 seconds.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me, what were you supposed to be learning again? Yeah.
Right.
And Nendo's
And then-
like, I'm gonna call you on your bullshit.
And then the museum person is like, "This is incredible.
This is art,
Yeah,
yes.
this is art." And like all of this episode was just an absolute treasure. I feel like a lot of the times with this show, it's so manic and just so all over the place and has such high energy that it can almost get in the way because I'll remember one like scene or one bit with such fondness, right? That it can block out some of the others, right? And I feel like I kind of had that with this one because it was harder to remember the opening bit where he actually loses the antenna. But other than that, I feel like they did a really good job of having each skit kind of like not get overshadowed by the other ones, right? So it kept things fresh, and yeah, I just devolve into Kaido speak at that point. But I feel like this in a show with a bunch of standout episodes and standout scenes within episodes, this one stands out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there and all. This comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.